Okay, so I'm going to start the weekly love readings. These will be for the first week of April 2025. I'm very ready for April. I've had enough of March, I think. Let's burn some sage to meditate. I hope your weekend has started off okay. If you haven't got plans, find something that you enjoy doing or ring someone up. I have just been out. It's Mother's Day tomorrow in the UK. I've just been out to get my mum something and get some smoked salmon and avocado and bits from the... and sourdough bread. I love sourdough. From the shops, and ran into some ex-pupils of mine, and they were so polite. They were terrible in year 8 and 9. They were absolutely atrocious. They're the reason like a lot of teachers have left the profession. And they're just not like that anymore. They're so polite, and they were like, "Miss, you've done so well," and like, it was honestly the nicest interaction I've ever had. And I thought, there's hope for all these kids that are awful that I teach at the moment. I've had a couple of bad lessons this week due to just unruliness from teenagers. So guys, if you are a mother or father and you have children who are in year 8 or 9 of high school, you're going to be fine. They'll grow out of it. They'll calm down and mature. Honestly, these used to run into the classroom and they would slide in on their stomachs into the science lab. They were awful. So there's hope. Okay, I need some coffee. I'm going to start off with Aries. Right. I am staying with the Surrealist Tarot because I absolutely love it. If you like art and you like surrealism, you're going to love this deck. Let's shuffle the cards. If anyone's looking for a personal reading, I can pre-record one for you. It'll be about 20 minutes and it'll be £18. The details are on my about page for this channel. And I can't do super chats. I can't answer questions live until we get to 500 subscribers, and then I will start to do super chats and I'll answer your questions live for a super chat. So, hi Sony, because I know the questions will come. So make sure you subscribe, and then when we get to 500, I can do that. It was watching a tarot reader that reminded me it's Mother's Day in the UK tomorrow, so I'm going to pay it forward and give you guys a chance to remember. If you're in the UK, it's Mother's Day, Mothering Sunday tomorrow. Go out and get something for them. Hi, Bruce. Don't be that person that goes out early on a Sunday morning. Hi, Ajlu. Hi. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Hi, Scurvy FN. So if you're new to the channel, this is a weekly love reading using tarot cards for the week ahead. To see what's going on with your love life at the moment and how the person that's on your mind is feeling, whether you're currently dealing with someone or getting over someone or manifesting someone in, okay? I can't answer questions in the chat. I can do you a personal reading for £18 and it'll be about a 20-minute video. And you can ask me any question about any subject, doesn't have to be love. Or you can subscribe, and when I get to 500 subscribers, I can answer questions live if you send me a super chat, which is like a monetary, gift in the moment on the live. I'll come on to do lives where I just answer individual questions, but I can't do it until I get to 500 subscribers. That's just how YouTube is. Okay, so Spirit Guides, Universe and Angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Aries' highest good. How is Aries feeling in this first week of April 2025 with regards to what they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? See, this is a reading for the week ahead, okay? Energy is fluid, so it changes. Along with external realities, our feelings then change. Sometimes we become more or less optimistic about love, or closed or open to the idea of a relationship, depending on how finances are going, etc. You tend to want to have your ducks in a row, don't you, before you offer yourself to someone. So let's see how Aries is feeling. Yeah, this is for Aries. Anyone who's the sign of Aries. Hi, Kava. Hi, Ricard. Tell me where you're watching from. That would be cool. Someone's watching from Albania. It's amazing. Right, we've got the Eight of Pentacles, which is growth and expansion. Pentacles represents money, okay? Investment generally. It's a very nice positive card to come out for you, Aries. Right, another positive card, it's the Devil reversed. Now, the Devil is the major arcana for Capricorn. It's in combination with some other cards, so we'll look at those shortly. The Devil card is about being codependent, okay, reliant on another person or another substance. So you could be, a workaholic. You could have a behavior that's really unhealthy, or be obsessing over a person in particular. When the Devil card's reversed, it's coming free from that. It's being released from whatever toxic habit that was, okay? Obviously, sometimes this could be relating to a Capricorn, but let's see what other cards came out. We've got the Queen of Cups and the King of Swords, okay? So the Devil was reversed. So who's the King of Swords and who's the Queen of Cups? See, that could be you and your person, or it could be two vibes that you're exhibiting. So if we look at them in order, the King of Swords upright is a very honest person. Kings and queens don't move, they sit still. Okay, they send knights if they need to deliver messages, and they have pages to watch and observe if they need to gather information. Kings sit still, they tend to have a home that they run, they tend to have a good job, children to pay for, lots of responsibilities. So that's why everything they do is well thought out. Now, a King of Swords, this is air energy. So it's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Air is about thoughts and communication. Okay, swords are thoughts and communication. So this person is very intelligent, very wise. They know a lot, and they're able to articulate themselves really, really well, be very persuasive, but they're honest. They're a person of truth and integrity. So a King of Swords upright is a really good card to get. If they were reversed, they'd be using that communication in a way that's negative, or they would be blocking communication. Okay, so for example, lies and manipulation, or just not talking at all, or using unkind words. But he's upright, so that's really good. The Queen of Cups can be a card of healing. The Queen of Cups is the ultimate empath, so it's water inside those cups. Water represents emotions and feelings. Okay, so it can be that you're very much in your feels when you got the Queen of Cups. Queens, as I say, are just like kings. They sit still. They would send a messenger, they would send a knight if they needed to deliver a message. They would send a page if they needed to gather information. A queen sits on her throne. She takes care of her job, her home, her responsibilities. She will have children or parents to take care of. It's a responsible person. But with water, you see that she's underwater. She's immersed in feelings. This is the ultimate empath. So she's very good at healing and being calm and being very sensitive towards the needs of others. Okay, so it's interesting that it could be with the Devil reversed that we're healing from a King of Swords. So it could be in particular an Aquarius, or you could be using intelligence and empathy in order to release the devil if you've been obsessing over someone, or had an axe to grind, or been angry, or had a grudge with someone. You could be releasing that and healing, using your wisdom, going about it in logic and emotion. Let's see what else comes out. Yeah, if you want to pay for a reading that I'll pre-record for you, it'll be about 20 minutes and it'll be £18. You can find the link at the top of my YouTube channel. So you can ask any question, and it can be any topic, doesn't have to be love. I can only do questions live once I get to 500 subscribers. So make sure, if that's something that you prefer, just to have a question answered in the live, that you give me a like and subscribe to the channel, because the faster we get to 500, the faster I can offer that as a service. Okay. That means you would gift me money live in the chat, and then I would do the card pulls for you and answer your questions. Right, we've got a big combo here. Let's have a look. The Five of Swords reversed is a positive reversal. When the Five of Swords is upright, that's arguments, it's verbal disagreements, okay? But that's reversed, so that means we're avoiding arguments and verbal disagreements. The Three of Wands is... The Two of Wands is, I need to make a choice. Do I go in this direction or that direction? The Three of Wands is, I've chosen and now I'm taking action. Okay. The Hermit is the major arcana for Virgo. So you could be dealing with a Virgo. However, what it likely means in a combination like this is that you're doing hermit work, which is, in the story of the major arcana, the fool realizes that he must walk this journey alone. The answers lie within him. That's inner wisdom, inner knowledge. Nobody else can tell you what you want, who you love, or what your part in things was within a relationship. Only you have that knowledge and that inner wisdom. So it's a journey that you make alone, and it's deep soul searching. Okay. So this person, which is you, because it's your side of the reading, you're avoiding arguments, you're ready to take action, and you've had a long time to think about this. Let's have a look at the other cards. I always read from the back first. The Ace of Cups, right? The Ace of Cups is self-love, or it can be love for another person. You need to be in love. Thank you, Mina. Hi, Nishu. Right, the Four of Wands reversed. This is a really interesting card because we've got, when the Four of Wands is upright, it represents a house, a home, a public union, okay? So marriage or living together. So everybody knows in the town that these two people are in a loving union together. It's exclusive, it's public, you know, it's celebrated, it's marriage or certainly living together. Fours are numbers of stability, okay? So when this is upright, there's a marriage, there's two people in union, or two people living together in union, and everyone knows about it. It's very stable. When that's reversed, there's instability with regards to a marriage, a public relationship, or someone is avoiding a public relationship. So you're starting to see a narrative here, aren't you, with avoiding arguments, taking action, having thought about this for a long time, being very solitary, building up self-love, wanting stability for ourselves, wanting to maybe have a Four of Wands where we live with somebody and we don't have that yet. Yeah, it could be instability within a home that already exists as well. Okay, so things could be rocky from within a marriage or a living situation at the moment. Which would make sense, wouldn't it, with we had a king and queen here. So you're showing up as one with a home and a lot of responsibility. Then look, we've got the Page of Pentacles. This is an offer of investment. It's the beginning of a journey. But if you think about it, you spend money when you invite someone on a date. Pages are at the beginning of a journey. So a King of Pentacles is someone who already owns a home, or they have, you know, a really great job. They're a fantastic provider. They're responsible for others. A Page is someone who's just at the beginning and they're thinking, where should I invest? Who should I invest into? Okay, it's like waiting to put money in the bank or money into a home with another. So I think this could be where you're at, okay? How can I create stability for myself? Let's find out your person's feelings, because you know what's going on with you, Aries. Let's find out about the one you're dealing with. Right, they've got the Sun card reversed. Now, when the Sun card is upright, that is being childlike, carefree, happy, calm. It's just like a state of delirium because you don't have any worries on your mind, okay? When it's reversed, it's being overwhelmed, being sad, being plagued by adult responsibilities, or, you know, being in love and not having that person. It's when something's on your mind and it's getting you down, okay? We're not carefree. I'm just going to have a sip of my coffee. Let's get another one. So they're unhappy. They're sad about something. Something's on their mind. Okay, we've got an Emperor showing up. Now it's in the challenge position. When the Emperor is upright, he's very impressive. He's the highest status in the tarot deck. Okay, so the Emperor and the Empress, they're of equal status. The Emperor is able to make the tough decisions, okay, for the greater good. The Empress is she's a provider, she's a nurturer. She thinks about what's best for everyone, all the stakeholders concerned. The Emperor thinks about the greater good and what we might need to do at a cost to some people. to save the empire. Okay, so slightly more masculine energy. It's the major arcana for Aries. So this person could be an Aries as well. Or they could just be an emperor is all four kings. Okay, so they could be someone that's trying to become in charge, trying to become the CEO of their life, trying to become that boss energy, someone that takes control, takes command, you know, is assertive, can deal with anything that comes their way. That's the challenge for this person. Could also be that you're on their mind because you're Aries. Why is that slid down? That's annoying. There we go, that'll do. Challenge accepted. Hi, Robert. Are you cross-watching? So all four kings would be the King of Swords, intelligence, truth, being noble, strategic. The King of Wands would be a go-getter, someone who's goal-orientated, lots of fire, lots of self-motivated energy. The King of Pentacles, a solid provider, someone who's a spender and a saver. You know, they have that abundance, that ability to attract money and spend it knowing that more will come. And the King of Cups, so someone who's an empath, they're understanding, they're calm whilst under pressure, they're forgiving. You know, this is what makes an emperor. Oh, that sage smells glorious. Let's get one more for Aries' person. Right, we've got a combination again. Let's read from the back. We've got the Five of Pentacles, so money could be an issue. Money or being out in the cold emotionally. If you think about it, Pentacles are investment generally, so it could be, you know, different kinds of investment that we put into people, our time, money and energy. Okay, so there's a lack. Fives are never good. Fives represent change, okay? There's a need for change. So the Five of Pentacles is a lack of money or energy or time from someone. The Five of Cups is grief, sadness, loss, regret. The Five of Swords is verbal disagreements, arguments. The Five of Wands is physical clashes or conflict, you know, internal or external conflict. So fives are always bad, but it means there's going to be change because there has to be change. So some sort of change, either emotionally or financially. What was next? Was it the Temperance? The Temperance is the major for Sagittarius. It's fire energy. I need to control my emotions. I need to balance my emotions. I need to tame anger. I need to tame sadness, frustration, okay, to temper myself. So there could be Sagittarius in this person's chart, along with Aries. They're both fire elements. Let's have a look. The Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles, again, looking for balance, okay? I want equal investment, which, you know, how do I prioritize? You see these two pentacles, it's the sun and the moon, and they're in like a figure of eight infinity sign. It's like the juggler, okay? So how do I manage these two priorities? How do I find balance? Now, in the challenge position was the Seven of Wands, which is being competitive, the desire to win, the desire to go up against others, and have the advantage to maintain the higher ground. We've got, in combination with that, the Nine of Pentacles, okay? So the Nine of Pentacles is personal growth. It's about having enough money for yourself to provide for you to be self-sufficient. It's not about providing for, you know, the Ten of Pentacles is in union with another person. You achieve lasting generational wealth with the Ten of Pentacles because you're putting two salaries together. You know, you're putting two sets of savings, two sets of assets. That's how we get to the Ten of Pentacles, lasting generational wealth. The Nine of Pentacles is you providing for yourself as an individual. Nines are always about being single, okay? So I think this person in the challenge position, their challenge is to increase their finances, to be self-sufficient. This is why they're not quite the Emperor yet, okay? And we've got that confirmed with the Two of Pentacles, trying to balance priorities, looking for equal. Yeah, the Temperance and the Five of Pentacles. Money is definitely the issue here. But they've got what it takes. It's just sets of circumstances. There's not a single person that cannot acquire more abundance. Okay, it's sets of circumstances. Let's get 3 cards for the outcome, and then I'll clarify their cards, okay? Because you know how you're feeling and why. So this is just the outcome for the first week of April. Anything that might happen this week. The Three of Cups in combination with the Knight of Pentacles. Ooh, okay. The Three of Cups is, it's community, it's coming together, it's celebrations. Now, what it can be in a love reading, it isn't always. That's true that it's not always. The Three of Cups, it can mean a third party dynamic, so a love triangle. If you have the Two of Cups card, it's two people that each feel the same for one another. The Three of Cups is 3 people, so one person giving to 2 others. It could be the situation that this Knight of Pentacles is trying to decide who to invest in. Hi Hashita, hi Yvonne. So yeah, and the Knight of Pentacles is a very noble knight. There's someone that intends to grow and invest. Now you had the Eight of Pentacles, so you're determined to grow. You had the Devil reversed, so you were releasing yourself from attachment to something that's unhealthy. And you had the Page of Pentacles, so I think this is you. I think you've gone from being the Page of Pentacles to the Knight of Pentacles, because didn't you have the Three of Wands? Let's check back. Yeah, you did. You had the Three of Wands and you had the Page of Pentacles, and there was instability in a home life. So I think you're going to pick who you want to be with. I could be wrong and it could be the other person, but someone is about to offer investment. They need to decide which person they're going to invest into out of 2 people. The Knight of Wands reversed. So the Knight of Wands upright could be, it's a very phallic energy, the Knight of Wands. Wands are phallic. So it's fire energy, it's passion. When the Knight of Wands is reversed, it could be that energy spilt over into anger. Okay, or it could just be an accentuated version of the Knight of Wands. Yeah, it's that Page of Pentacles could be wanting to deliver a message like, I would like to date you, I would like to date with a view to having a relationship, to investing in you. Let's get one more for the outcome. What's flipped over there? Right, we've got the Four of Pentacles reversed. So that's an outgoing of money. And the King of Pentacles. Goodness me, there's so much Pentacles, like, cards here. Okay, so we've got a King coming out in the outcome. We already had a King of Swords and a Queen of Cups on your side. And we had the Emperor on their side. So yeah, I do think that this is you in the outcome. You've got Swords and Pentacles and Cups. And you've got Knight of Wands, which is fire. Knight of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles, when it's reversed, right, when it's upright. Oh, that's a nice card. I've not seen that one yet. This is the miser. It's holding on to money and conserving that money. Yeah. Keeping hold of it, accruing it, building it up. Being quite possessive over it. But when it's reversed, it's outgoings of money. Okay. And we've got that with the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles wishes to invest. I think that's you. I'm just looking at the artwork. That's so cool. Very Dali-esque. You might have earth placements because this is so heavy earth. Okay, so let's clarify. They had the Nine of Pentacles with the Seven of Wands. So they're trying to become more self-sufficient. Money's an issue for them right now. It's making them feel down. They're not quite the Emperor yet. So let's clarify their feelings. Oh, look at this. Gold digger. In it for what they can get, money hungry, self-serving. This Emperor could have been used. They could have been used for money in the past. That would make you really down because it'd set you back in your goals, wouldn't it? Your long-term goals. It's happened to me. It's happened to me and I never thought I'd be so daft. But, you know, people can use us. People can take advantage of us when we're feeling very emotional. We put up with more than we should. We ignore red flags, you know, and you get, unfortunately, you get into a situation where you're paying someone's way. It happens. So that could be what's caused this Emperor to lose confidence. Closed off, not emotionally available, distracted, hurt in the past. There you go. Confirmation. Okay. So let's see when this is going to come together. Hang on, let's just finish clarifying those. Fool's gamble. Be aware the deceit. Beware the deceit of tricksters, as risky paths can lead to downfall. Ooh, they malinvested previously. They're on the dawn of recovery though. With each new beginning, embrace risk as a getaway to healing and renewal. Trusted ties build rapport, believe in mutual respect and respond with understanding. So this person trying to work on becoming someone that takes more time to get to know someone and get mutual respect. And that made sense because they had the Two of Pentacles, didn't they? So they want equal investment from another next time. They feel at a disadvantage and at a loss because they got used last time, financially used. So we understand them now. You're looking to invest and you're looking to pick which person you're going to invest into, and I think you're going to decide this week actually. I'm feeling like this isn't going to come really quickly, but let's get a time in. The one that's showing up in Aries is reading. When are they going to come together? When are they going to meet? Ooh, look at this. Within a couple of weeks. You may already know, and be dealing with, because we had that love triangle. You may already be dealing with. Release the need to control the situation now. Okay, so something's coming together here. Let's get confessions from this person. I think you are adorable. Oh, you are the only one I see. It's a very loyal person. They'll be incredibly loyal to you. That's so nice. Let's get messages from them. We're on hold, but I'm coming back for you. I have a lot of sexual thoughts about you. Sacral chakra is opened up. Oops. You're too good for me, I don't deserve you. This poor person has had their feelings really knocked. Their confidence has been knocked. The Emperor's crown is halfway off. We can all feel like that, even emperors. They need advisors, they need people at their side who are their ride or dies, their loyal, allegiances. They need that. They can't, do everything solo because there's always people waiting to take what's theirs, to seize that empire. Oh, I know we will be together. I'm sorry for lying to you. I'm more emotional than I show. Well, the Emperor tries not to show emotions because, they can be perceived as weakness, but the Emperor is soft like anyone else. Remember, he has the King of Cups. He has all 4 kings. Right, so let's get advice for Aries. Grizzly bear and power. I am indestructible. I honor my intuition and go where it leads. Love and gentleness are my real strength. I never give up. I will succeed. I love that. How well does that go with what we've just said? That's good advice for the Emperor as well as, well, yeah, you could be an Aries dealing with another Aries, or they could be someone that just is at that stage in their life where they become an Emperor. But for you, Aries, like, I think that's brilliant. Lovely advice. The good kind. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. What's that supposed to mean? Yeah, everything's lust, isn't it? People get discarded. They get treated disgustingly. Everything's about face value. And therefore, it's fool's gold, right? You just discard it because it's not really long term. And people are treated like that constantly. I find it quite depressing, the dating scene at the moment. That's why I'm just kind of not dealing with it at the moment. In the flow. Look at this. Everything is smooth sailing. So you're going to get a really nice, calm, easy time, okay? Take everything in your stride. Believe in yourself. You are indestructible. The universe is abundant, and what I ask for will be given to me. Look, that bear has found that fish, okay? The universe is abundant. There's enough for everyone. With sacred geometry, you're part of this. This is infinite, okay? There's no beginning, there's no end. Energy flowing all around. Money is energy, love is energy. You're in the middle of this, you're not separate to it, okay? Energy cannot be created, nor can it be destroyed. As long as you are making moves and you're being high vibrational, you're spending time with quality people that they're not being lustful, they're people that love you and care about you and want the best for you. You know, you're able to have a laugh with them, be yourself. I'm talking like best friends, colleagues, you know, strangers in the street, whoever you'd click with and laugh with, and you feel like you can be yourself. Sometimes you just meet people anywhere in the world and you're like instant best friends. Be high vibrational and then do some things too, in the 3D in a practical sense. You know, if you put out if you put out job applications, if you know, are having a good time, if you're accessing hobbies, if you're crossing off your bucket list, you will bring in someone amazing, okay? That's just a fact. It's a matter of time. If you're feeling highly vulnerable, you tend to get served up a karmic connection to force you to defend yourself and put up some boundaries where you may have been susceptible to being mistreated. You will purposely be given someone like that, and I don't think people go a lifetime without having a karmic connection, and if you haven't learnt your lessons, you'll get another one, okay? But the moment it says for you within a couple of weeks, Aries, this person's going to come in that really deserves proper investment. They've been used for their money previously. Right, is there anything else I need to give you? No. They're going to be incredibly loyal to you. Okay, I'm going to leave your reading there, Aries, and I'm going to move on to Taurus. If anyone's watching from the UK, do do not forget that it's Mother's Day tomorrow. Make sure you go and get something today. Okay, so on to Taurus. Okay, more coffee. I mean, people can have a lot of fun when they both know, as long as they both know that it's lust and that's all it is. You can have a lot of fun, but it's not fun to like play with someone's feelings or drain their bank account. That's twisted. Thanks for all the likes and the love. When I get to 500 subscribers, I'll answer questions, you know, in the chat, like personal questions in the chat, you know, if you give me a super chat. But I can't do that until I get to 500 subs. So please do subscribe. If you want a 20-minute personal reading, that'll be £18 and you can have it pre-recorded and access it privately using a link to YouTube. That'll be £18 and you can find the link to my Etsy store on the About page for this channel. And it doesn't have to even be a love reading. It could be general, it could be about work, relocations, investment. I also do mediumship card pulls as well, and they're free for loved ones that have passed away. Okay, spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Taurus's highest good. How is Taurus feeling in this first week of April 2025 with regards to one they're thinking about or dealing with or manifesting in, please? 3 cards for how Taurus is feeling, first of all. Ooh, okay. Taurus is feeling stable. We've got the 4 of Wands. I love that coming out for you. So this could be the home that you're living in is very stable. There's no arguments, you know, there's good financial stability. It could be that you're married. It could be that there's a relationship where you live together and you're in a home. Okay, but 4 is a number of stability. The 4 legs to a chair, the 4 walls to a house. Okay, very, very stable, nice, very nice energy. It's not often we get that in these love readings. Yeah, everything's love. Right, we've got the 9 of Swords reversed. That's a good reversal, okay? If it was upright, we'd be like really anxious, unable to sleep at night. but it's reversed. So we've gotten free from that now. Okay, we've recovered from that huge fear, anxiety, intrusive thoughts. We're coming out of it. Look, your major arcana, the Hierophant, Taurus. Brilliant. Okay, so feeling wise, you're the teacher. You're no longer the student, you are the teacher. You've learnt so many lessons and you have created your own stability. Well done, Taurus. The Page of Wands. Ooh, you're ready for love. You're ready for a new adventure. You're excited, childlike. Even if you're already married, you're someone who is feeling stable and you're ready for whatever there is to come. Okay? Wands are phallic, so it's like, I'm feeling good, I'm looking good, I'm excited, even if it means moving away or it means going to another workplace. You know, there's lots of things that we begin. It's new adventures, so that's brilliant. Really positive energy. Let's get one more for Taurus's feelings and then we'll go on to whoever comes out for you. Right, the Justice. So the Justice came out in the challenge position. I wonder what your justice will be. The Justice card is like things being right, things being fair, the truth. Okay, so that's the challenge at the moment. I think you've created your own justice. You know, if you're someone who's brought about your own stability, perhaps there was instability for, you know, reasons of others, so you've just cut them out. Right, the one that's showing up in your reading is the major arcana for Taurus and Libra. It's the Empress. Okay, so this person could have Libra placements, they could have Taurian placements. The Empress is the highest status in the tarot deck. She's the equivalent of the Emperor. She has all four queens. The Queen of Cups, very, very empathetic. The Queen of Swords, highly intelligent, hyper intelligent. A fantastic communicator, orator, writer. She's the Queen of Wands, you know, sexy, confident, ambitious, goal orientated. She has fire energy. What have I missed? The Queen of Pentacles, okay, fantastic, with money, material wealth, material items, you know, ruled by Venus, the goddess of love. The Empress is very attractive. She does not ever chase, she attracts, okay? You will never find an Empress chasing anyone, ever. It's a feminine energy. She's the ultimate nurturer, the ultimate empath, okay? She's a provider. She's pregnant with creativity, possibility, ideas. She can be pregnant literally or just with ideas, possibilities, okay? She can recreate as many times as she needs to from wherever she is, okay? Hyper productive. So, having bigged her up, she's in the reverse. So this person could be feeling like they're unattractive, they're not able to attract what it is that they're looking for right now. Okay, the Empress's crown has fallen. Could be Taurus or Libra, doesn't have to be, could have those placements. Generally, in the cards that come out next, we'll see which element, which aspect, which of the suits this person is missing to be fully the Empress, or we'll see that there's financial issues or there's emotional issues or something. Right, we've got the Four of Swords reversed. Now, the Four of Swords upright is the ability to take rest when we need it. The choice to take rest when we need it. It's respite. Okay, it's exhaustion. It's being fatigued and just lying down and surrendering for a little bit, okay? This is being restless, okay? So we're not resting, we're unrelenting, and this is not a great energy. It's like really pushing yourself too hard. So there's quite a struggle here for this Empress that's showing up. Okay, there's a bit of a story here. There's baggage, there's unfinished business with the Death card reversed. Okay, I'll show you the artwork because it's amazing. The Death card is about walking through the gates and leaving the past behind us. Okay, it's grieving and realising that something's over. The closing of one chapter and the opening of another. It's the major arcana for Scorpio. Okay, so they could have Scorpio placements. However, the main meaning of it in this reading with this combination, this layout, this spread, is that someone has got unfinished business, okay? And it's to do with the lovers. So this is a divine union. There's a soulmate that this person believes they shouldn't be without. There's unfinished business here. That's the major arcana for Gemini, the lovers, the twins. They're meant for each other, okay? They feel the same about one another. They have souls that match. We've got the Two of Pentacles reversed, so we're failing to find balance. The Three of Wands reversed, failing to take action. We know what we want. We've decided what we want. The Two of Wands is trying to decide. The Three of Wands is I know what I want. Now I'm taking action. When it's reversed, it's a lack of action. This isn't over. This person believes that this is not over. They have not got over you. Taurus, they're not over you. Unfinished business. They're very restless about this, and it's making them feel really unproductive, unattractive. You know, they're not feeling themselves as the Empress at all. Let's get 3 cards for the outcome. I think you've gone into like a mode where you're very zen and you're very stable. You know, you're excited about the future. It doesn't mean you don't think about this person, but my God, they are not over you. The Chariot is upright. This is in the outcome for the first week of April. Now, the Chariot is the major arcana for Cancer. When the Emperor jumps into the Chariot, he's traveling because he wants to go to battle, he wants to go to war, and he's going to win. He's armored up. He's ready to fight. And, you know, failure is not an option. So this is about movement. It's about traveling to obtain success, victory, okay? And it's upright in the outcome for next week. And who believes that there's unfinished business? Your person, okay? They're on their way, Taurus. Right, the outcome could be that you reject them because they've got the Ace of Wands reversed and the Strength card reversed. So if they were upright, I would say that this person is feeling bold, they're feeling confident, they feel in control, and they get their rebirth. An Ace of Wands is your actions rewarded by the universe meeting you halfway, okay, and encouraging, incentivizing this new start, this new rebirth of an existing connection between the lovers. But the fact that they're reversed says that this person is feeling weak, and I think that you're going to reject them. They're not going to get this rebirth. I mean, why would you want your stability, you know, tipped up? Hi, Naz. 8 of Swords reversed. So coming out of mental entrapment, I am not stuck. I am not trapped. There is a way out of this. Hi, Christy. Thank you for subscribing. When I get to 500, I can answer super chats and you can give me in the chat and I'll answer any question immediately. But at the moment, until I get to 500, you're very welcome to order a reading from my Etsy store. The link's in the top of my YouTube page, okay, my YouTube channel details. It would be about a 20-minute reading for £18, so worth doing. It'd be individual to you and it'll be private as well. But yeah, if you subscribe, it won't be long until I get to 500 and then I'll answer super chat questions. Yeah, see the 8 of Swords, you see she's blindfolded and she feels that she can't get out of these heavy emotions, that she's mentally trapped. She's not physically trapped, she's mentally trapped. This is being released from mental entrapment, so I think you're over this person. Oh, thank you. It's nice to hear that I've got a nice voice. You know what? I really appreciate my voice because when I was ill earlier this year, I had the flu and it was so difficult to get anything done without my voice, and I really do appreciate it now. I'm very grateful. Both of my jobs involve talking. What I'm going to do is I'm going to dig as to why this person's restless and why they don't feel attractive at the moment as the Empress, because they are an accomplished person. They are someone who's very special, very, if they've got all 4 queens, they're intelligent, they're loving, they're patient, they're honest. They have many, many good qualities, an excellent provider, you know, they look good. So for this person to feel like their crown has fallen, their heart is very broken without you and they're not over it. They're coming back for a rebirth. But I worry that they're not going to get it. I think you prefer your sanity. So let's see what their issues were. Oh my God, look at this. Trouble follows them around, tempting, addictive charm. Oh, you're watching from Jamaica? That's so cool. I went to the Caribbean this summer, but I went to Barbados. I absolutely loved it. This person is very sexual, okay? They're very tempted by you, and I think that's possibly what's drawing them back to you. I'm not saying that they don't care about you, because they clearly do. They believe that you are soulmates. That's about being soulmates, 2 people who just belong together. They go hand in hand, you know. What was the other card that fell on the floor? Ooh. Oh, it's just one that got knocked down. So this person's very like high sex drive, very lustful. You probably had a really fantastic connection sexually. This is definitely an existing energy where you've been on a break for a long time. But they haven't forgotten anything. It's only made the connection stronger. Hi, Akash. Clouded vision. Recognize and discuss red flags or areas of concern. So there could be, do you know, like if your connection was very lustful, it could be that there's now trust issues, and it's like, is that what's great though, and is there any substance to it? Or it could be a reason for each of you to doubt, you know, what this is going to be like should you come back together, and whether you can trust one another. Because was it the Three of Cups that we had, or was that in the Aries reading? I think that was the Aries reading, wasn't it? It wasn't us. Yeah. I don't think there's anyone else in this person's heart or mind, honestly. But you may worry that there is. Okay, you may not feel like you can trust them. Even if you thought they wouldn't get with anyone else, you may just think, well, you're so inconsistent, like. Right, so what I'm going to do is see when this is coming in. When is the Empress going to try to communicate? Or when will you come back together? Maybe Spirit will throw you back together. In August. You might hear from this person in August, or you might bump into each other. Because I don't think you're going to be getting in touch with them. In August. Okay, let's get confessions from them. Perhaps they've never experienced, you know, like an intimate connection like it. There's nothing compares. They've realised like it can't just be lust. I talk to my friends about you. They have to process what's happened. They have to talk about it. They're not over it. Let's get messages from them. So this is a card over the top of the Empress reversed. They're feeling, you know, unproductive, unattractive. The crown has fallen. I'm sorry for what I said. Now that could also mean if they haven't spoken to you and they've gone quiet, could also mean that, okay? I'm at a crossroads. I'm choosing which path to take. Leave me alone, please. Oof, what was that over? The Three of Wands reversed. That's why they haven't taken action, because they're just feeling really heavy. They're at a crossroads and they need to know that they've made the decision, that they haven't been pushed to do it by you. How rude. Right, they've gone the other way now. You're too good for me. I don't deserve you. I know you are the one I want to spend my life with. This has gone a bit intense, hasn't it? It's gone very intense. It's got 1111. It says there's 11 people in the chat and 11 likes. So it says 1111 at the top of the screen. Make a wish, guys. I'm going to give you an offer soon. That's for a rebirth. That is for a rebirth, and I think you're going to reject them. Did I get another one for the outcome? Or did I see something shiny and get confused? And forget to do it. We had the Chariot, we had the Ace of Wands and the Strength card. And then we had... maybe it was the Eight of Swords, one that fell on the floor before. Let me take the lead. And that's when they get released from mental entrapment. Maybe they're not going to give up. You probably want it more in a twisted way. What a sicko. They're going to want it more. Right, let's get you some advice, Taurus. So this is all going to happen in August. Okay, you've got 2. Eagle and Mastery. You are on a spiritual journey beyond the sky. Let go of the past and soar. You are guided by the winds of spirit. Your wisdom inspires the world. Wow, I feel like you're in an ascension at the moment, and you just, you have mastered this. You've mastered how to gain stability in your life for you. You're making everything work for you, Taurus. Hummingbird and miracles. You are the joy bringer. You bless the world with positivity and love. Energy soars on your shining wings. Spread the miracle of happiness. Oh my goodness, you bring so much joy to people. That's really, really nice. How lovely is that? Let's get one of these. Creator, water. I mean, that's like the flow of energy, isn't it? Water's very cleansing, purifying. It washes away, many things. It just rejuvenates us. So you're healing. You are that creator. You've become the creator. You're creating your own stability, your own abundance, your own joy. You make a lot of other people very happy. One final advice for Taurus. I'll say it again, you've brought your own justice. View from above, get the big picture. Yeah, you're thinking about the bigger picture, the long term, okay? You're no longer kind of obsessing over this person, this individual, and that connection. You may think about it a lot still, but you're not craving it anywhere near as strongly. You're not obsessing over it. You've released yourself from, those kind of behaviors, and it's getting easier and easier to look at that bigger picture. So it's your choice, and everything is obviously changing and is fluid, but I think as of next week, should this person approach, it would be a no. But I don't think they're going to give up, because they think that you are soulmates. Okay, so I am going to leave your reading there, Taurus, and I'm going to move on to Gemini. You may hear from them in August, though, remember that. People don't make life-changing decisions in 24 hours, they contemplate things for months. if they're anything like me, I contemplate things for years. It's not because I'm lazy, it's me trying to process such heavy emotions. I get so attached to people, I find it really difficult to just move on. Okay, on to Gemini. I do 3 signs and then I let the phone charge back up. Because I lose the reading sometimes if the phone turns off. Because the battery's gone, it'll just delete the reading and I'm like, oh my god, I don't want that to happen. Okay, so on to Gemini. Let's give the cards a good shuffle. I gave up with the microphone because even though my voice sounded even better with the mic, the jack kept slipping out of the phone because I set the phone upright. The cable was falling out and some of my readings were completely silent until people were telling me, and I just can't be having that. My readings are a good like 40 plus minutes normally. They can be shorter, but oh, it's heartbreaking because you get like readings that you know people are going to love as well. And if you got to redo it, it's just heartbreaking. I want to be like reliable as well, you know. I don't want to be someone that's posting loads of silent readings with no sound. It seems to be loud enough anyway, doesn't it? Because I just got the phone right next to me. Okay, spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Gemini's highest good. How is Gemini feeling in this first week of April 2025 with regards to the one they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for Gemini's feelings, please. Right, we've got the 2 of Pentacles, with the 10 of Cups. So we're looking for equal give and take. We're looking for balance. 2 is a number of balance. It's an even number. And we've got the 10 of Cups. See, that is that wider family picture. Everyone being happy in the home. Okay, so whether that's 2 dogs and you, or you and a person and a friendly van, or you know, you and a person and some children, whatever that happiness is for you as a family, it's everyone being harmonious, everyone's cup being full of emotion. So we're working towards that at the moment, Gemini. Seeking familial harmony. Or striving to maintain familial harmony. Right, we've got the Judgment reversed. Now, oh, how nice is that card? I love the colours in that. The Judgment upright, you see that there's a call to action. This person is calling upon all the souls. They're trying to raise them, raise the dead. It's time to act, okay? And that is being ignored for some reason by you, Gemini. Wow, there's a lot of major arcana in this combination. Let's read one at a time from the back. The Nine of Pentacles is a single energy. It's about having enough to provide for yourself, being self-sufficient, okay, financially. Can be emotionally as well. It's upright, okay, so I think you are self-sufficient. The Hermit is the major arcana for Virgo, so you could have that in your chart. My dad's Gemini and he has Virgo moon. The Hermit, in the story of the major arcana, the Fool realizes that the answers lie within him. Okay, he's not going to get the answers from anyone else. So this part of the journey, he must walk alone. So it's about inner wisdom, inner knowledge, inner knowing. The Six of Wands is success. It's victory, success, recognition. It's marching through the streets, you know, on horseback, being celebrated for your achievements, for your success, being noticed, being celebrated. And it's upright. The Death card is the major arcana for Scorpio. The Death card here is reversed. So when the Death card is upright, it's about knowing that we're going to leave the past behind and walk through the gates into a new chapter. When it's reversed, it's unfinished business, it's baggage, okay? It's not walking through the gates, okay? Still thinking about the past. The next one we've got is the Sun card reversed. Now, if the Sun card was upright, it'd be carefree happiness. But because it's reversed, it's being burdened by something, heavily burdened. You know, we're not carefree. I wonder if I've got them the wrong way around, because I'm sure the Sun card was upright and I think the World card was reversed. Carefree, but then the World card, I'm sure that was reversed. If you know, will you let me know in the chat? I think it was reversed. Anyway, the World card, the Fool realizes that he must take life's rough with the smooth. In the story of the major arcana, the World card is knowing that better days are coming. Okay? When that's reversed, it's like losing faith, losing hope that better days are coming. Like we just think there's been a really shitty time and it's not going to get better. So it's pessimistic energy. The Temperance is the major for Sagittarius, and it's about managing our emotions. It's about taming our anger, curbing our upset, you know, trying to find balance. That just freaked me out so much, like my phone just went off and then came back on. I thought it was turning off because the battery. So if that's following the Two of Pentacles, trying to find balance with regards to the whole family, the Ten of Cups, then we had the Judgment reversed. There was a lack of a call to action or an ignoring of a call to action with the Judgment reversed. Then we had the Nine of Pentacles, the Hermit, the Six of Wands, the Death card reversed, the Sun card, the World reversed, and the Temperance. There's something ongoing that's been a bit stressful, but we're headed for victory. There's a desire to be victorious in terms of being self-sufficient financially, but it's going to affect the whole family. We're getting very financial readings. Is it because we're getting to the new tax year? I've been dealing with the bank today as well. It's very financy at the moment. Let's get some cards for your person. Right, they've got the Devil card reversed, so that's a good reversal. It's the major arcana for Capricorn. Now, you could be dealing with a Capricorn or someone with Capricorn in their chart. The Devil upright is when you have maybe an addiction or a behavior that's very obsessive, or you're codependent on another, emotionally or financially. When you can't stop thinking about them day and night, it's obsessive, okay? When it's reversed, it's released from that. So that's why it's a positive reversal, okay? This is very positive to get released from the Devil. This is coming out for your person, Gemini. Right, they've got the 10 of Wands. Something has been really challenging for a very long time, and they've reached the end of a cycle. The numbers run from 1 through to 10. Aces of Wands. Or you can have, the Page of Wands or the Page of Cups, and that would be the beginning of a new cycle. The beginning of a cycle. The 10 of anything is the end of a cycle. So it's the most burden anyone can carry is the 10 of Wands. In terms of like strain and trying to be strong, the wounded warriors reach the end of a journey that's been really tough, okay? And we've got an avoidance of arguments with the 5 of Swords reversed. If the swords were upright, they'd be fighting with each other verbally. But this is reversed, so it's like, we're at the end now. We're not going to argue about this. I'm determined not to lose my temper and say something I don't mean. So perhaps this person's devil, their dark side was, to be very argumentative, and they're not going to do that anymore because better times are coming. Let's get one more for their feelings. The 7 of Wands, feeling competitive, feeling like we've got the advantage, okay? We have the ability to compete and to win. I'm just having a look to see if we had any court cards on your side. No. So you could be involved with this person, or you could be single and wanting to find balance within the home. You could have kids. If it says the 10 of Cups, maybe you have family that you live with. But neither of you are coming out as court cards. Let's see what's in the outcome. So I don't believe that you're married. The 6 of Swords. See, that was the challenge, is can I leave the past behind? Can I let go of my baggage? See the person in the boat there? Can I leave behind my woes, my baggage? Can I move forwards? The Hierophant, that's the major for Taurus. Okay, so the Hierophant is the teacher. They've become wise through experience. They've learnt so many lessons that they're now the teacher. And they're teaching others because they don't want others to make the mistakes that they did. It's different to the High Priestess. The High Priestess is about your spirituality, your faith, that everything will be all right, like an inner knowing, your connection, to higher beings. The Hierophant has learned from earthly experiences, and they've become wise. They've become the teacher, okay, through those experiences. The Hierophant's upright, so this person is wise. This is the outcome. Leaving the past behind, letting go. Right, we've got a combination of The Star card, another major arcana, major for Aquarius, and it's upright. Now, you could be dealing with an Aquarius, or they could have Aquarius in their chart. It's air energy. It's about replenishment. It can be wish fulfillment, something that you've wished for coming true. Or it could be rejuvenation and replenishment and recovery, healing after a difficult time. And it seems like there has been a very difficult time here. We've got the Hanged Man reversed, which is very stubborn energy. When the Hanged Man is upright, he's trying to find a different perspective. That's why he turns himself upside down, to see things from another point of view. It's being open-minded, but this is being closed-minded, like I refuse to see another point of view. It looks like Pinocchio, doesn't it? Then we had the Page of Cups reversed. So the Page of Cups upright would be an offering of a cup of emotion to another person. Generally, it can mean that you want to express how you feel because you feel a kind of way about someone at the beginning of something, but it can also be an apology. With that being reversed, it's like I'm being a stubborn ass and I don't want to apologise. So that's strange to go with the Star because it's like healing despite the lack of apology or something like that. There's been harsh lessons learned, leaving baggage behind, becoming competitive, reaching the end of a cycle, avoiding arguments, letting go of the devil. It does feel like, even though there isn't court cards, it feels like it's to do with each other because we've got the Ten of Cups and the Two of Pentacles trying to find balance. The Judgment reversed. The Death card, the World card, the Death reversed, it's like there's unfinished business. The World card reversed, it's been tough times. The Hermit going within, Nine of Pentacles. See, that's very like being self-sufficient. That's strange energy. If you were involved. I'm just wondering if there's been arguments and it's just that's all it is. It's going to settle down again. Or there's a lot of like two people that are trying to balance their emotions. I think you're already a family. And you're trying to avoid arguments through like what's been a difficult time. We're just letting it go and moving on. And that sounds really bland, but I just don't really get like, if I thought something was going to become over, there would be the Three of Swords or the Eight of Cups walking away from a relationship or heartbreak. I don't see anything like that here. If it was someone asking someone out and it was the beginning of a relationship, I'd see pages and knights. This feels mature because we've got the Ten of Cups, which is, you know, happy family life. And there's a lot of trying to let sleeping dogs lie, this kind of vibe. If I thought there was cheating, you know, there'd be the Seven of Swords or the Three of Cups. I've got nothing like that. There's nothing really to dig up. It seems like a very established connection. It's very mature. Do you know what I mean? Like, it flows well generally. But we all have, like, challenges in life that have to be overcome, and we have to constantly adapt, don't we, to make things work. Compromise. So I don't really want to pull anything for them. I could do for the devil, but I just don't, it feels too benign. It doesn't feel like there's anything dark. I think this is going to be fine. Let's get some confessions from them. Oh my goodness, so many confessions. Let's have a look. Oh, I miss you. I'm thinking about reaching out. I need to heal my inner child wounds. I'm very attracted to you. I want to make new memories with you. That's beautiful. Yeah, so it's an existing love. You may have had a fallout, but it's going to be absolutely fine, guys. I feel insecure around you. Okay, so they lack confidence sometimes because you're so confident. I think you're very funny. Look all the love that's here. It's so much. I'm scared of getting hurt, so act like I don't care. Okay, so this person has in the past had a right tongue on them. They've had a right potty mouth and they said nasty things. But it's like a defensive behaviour, you know, like because they're actually quite sensitive and insecure. They sort of act like they don't care. They shouldn't do that. And they're not going to be that argumentative person that lashes out anymore because they love you. Okay, so they've evolved, they're getting better. They might try to swerve an apology, but it really pains this person to put themselves out there and say sorry. It really, really does. It's just like they want the ground to swallow them up. They find it really, really difficult. They struggle with their ego, I think. There's a strong, bright future here. Yeah, look, my ego is loud, but I'm listening to my soul. I'm striving for spiritual enlightenment. This person's doing a lot of growth, and it doesn't matter what age they are. Okay, they're releasing their devil. They recognize the behaviors, you know, fairly toxic. Can you accept me as I am? Well, I think you already do. They said something really mean to you. They're really sorry. I'm waiting for us both to be ready. Okay, in terms of the 7 of Wands and like being excited, being competitive, you know, getting back on track. Ooh, I'm sorry for what I said. That's stuff that's gone down in the past because it's over the 6 of Swords, that one. I'm affected by cosmic and collective energies with the Hierophant. Will you wait for me? Okay, they're trying to be a better version of themselves. They don't want this to end. They don't want you to get fed up with them, to get annoyed with them, for them to say like the last thing that's really hurting you. They want this to like have a great future and continue on for many years. My higher self is trying to reach you. They're trying to build themselves up to an apology. I completely like feel it, but it's just so painful for them. They're really trying to heal. That's why that makes sense with that, the star energy now with the water, and yet the stubborn energy and refusing to apologize. They might owe you an apology as of right now, Gemini, and you're like, what is wrong with you that you can't just get on with it? Let's get you some advice. Puffin and partnership. Oh, how cute is that? Accept yourself and your colourful personality. Feel confident about being you. You are a joy bringer. Let your community nourish and protect you. Ask for help. Teamwork will give you the best results. I feel like that's for your person as much as it is for you. That's so cute though. Like, it is about a couple who've been together for many years, you know, and will continue to. That's so nice. Your puffin's like, please forgive me. Like rubbing their head on your shoulder, like, please. Where did that go? There. Changes. This person is changing for you. You're going to see another change in this dynamic, in this connection, evolution, growth, expansion. Okay. Let's get one final advice for Gemini. Clear the air. Okay. Talk it out. Just help this person out. They're really struggling to, admit defeat. So throw them a bone and help them to get past this, like, fear of apologising, fear of being vulnerable. Okay, you might have to be the bigger person, but they're well aware of it. Okay, they truly are. Okay, take care, Gemini. If you liked this reading and it resonated, if you think it could help another person that is Gemini, please share the channel. Please do subscribe, share, repost, follow, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm going to charge up my phone because the battery is nearly on 0, and then I'll come back on and I'll do Cancer, Leo and Virgo next. Okay, have a great rest of your weekend if I don't see you later. Bye, everyone.